Yo, what it do? What it do? Split
All
the
right,
difference
all right.
family.
Woo!
Welcome back to another Split the Difference podcast Sunday. And we appreciate everyone for tuning in with us this Sunday and throughout the past Sundays. Now, before we get into this, I would like to introduce myself. As you all know, I am Rich Rocky.
And I'm Pops. This one talking kind of slow there.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I
The
just
topic must be a
Well,
downer for him that we
Well,
got
no,
coming for.
it ain't a downer. I'm just trying to see.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
trying to see. I see the odds that I'm up against on this specific topic, but I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the point today. But before I do that, Pops, you know we always gotta let these people know where they can tap in with all of our content. So let them know that first.
You can catch us on all your social media platforms, Split Difference 67. That's I think we got Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, yeah, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, check us out. Hey man, we need y'all to subscribe. We get people watching. Please subscribe.
Yes.
Please subscribe.
Yes, man. Like I said, we at the top of the year, man, we got something for the subscribers, but we want more subscribers. That's why we waiting so long, and we wanted this to be big for y'all. So tell a friend to help us split the difference.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the topic that I was kind of dreading, coming on in here today, man. I'll let Pops give it to you. Pops, you wanna man this topic?
Shoot, yeah. Hey, it's one I can talk about. The topic for today is, if you caught it at the beginning of the show, it was up there in the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Does marriage still matter? Does marriage still matter? And I'm gonna try to go with my notes because I try to come a little prepared. Back in the day, marriage was a foundation of life when I was growing up, because I remember my grandmother and grandfather being married, my mom and my dad being married, and back then you kind of like you really weren't grown until you had a spouse and a family.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but today's marriage isn't the main goal anymore. I don't think. I don't think your generation. I think you guys are doing more. You chase careers, and you're more into your freedom and your partnership without the paperwork. So some believe that a lot of this young generation just want to milk the cow without buying.
Yes.
Which I'm not up for. So that sets up our debate for today. We're going to be getting in. Is marriage still essential, or do you think it's just outdated? And that's what we want to talk about. Let's talk about it. And I guess I can kind of like interview you type thing and see, because you're not married. I'm married. I've been married 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I've known your mom a whole lot more years than that before we got married. Not a whole lot. Back then we wanted to get married because it meant something. Like I said, it shows stability,
Right.
Family structure, social expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, when you talk about marriage, people got married and they stayed together. Like divorce was kind of like frowned upon. Couples work through their issues.
Right.
Pretty much different from now, because the divorce rate is high. But I don't want to get into that yet. Let's talk about, what do you think about marriage? What's your perspective on it? Do you think it's relevant now, or?
I guess I would just say it still is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
If, and I want to stay in line right here, but if that's the foundation that you came from, I believe that is relevant to you, because that's what you know.
Okay.
Another point I like to say is it still is relevant, but I don't think that it means the same thing.
Okay.
Or it is, I'm not going to say mandatory.
When you say means the same thing, so you're saying that you can be together without paperwork?
I'm thinking that's how my people are interpreting it, because a lot of people are, and I don't want to get political or racial here, but a lot of people are saying that the paperwork controls you. You know, you see with a lot of athletes, because of the paperwork, they're losing a lot of things that they work for because of marriage, and this other person ain't did squat. So to stay in line, like you asked me, is it relevant? I think it's in the perspective of what the person's foundation is, if it's relevant, if that makes sense.
So do you think a lot of people don't get married because of the well, you said the paperwork,
That's one, right?
because, but see, that's what you're supposed to take your time out and try to hopefully find the right one. Maybe the
Right.
ones who need the paperwork are the ones who haven't done it for all the right reasons.
That's right.
When you say haven't done daily squat, now let me talk about, I gave an example. I remember of the old wedding. I remember my in-laws, my grandmother and my grandfather down in Greensboro, Georgia, when we stayed with them in the summertime. They were married, but my grandmother was pretty much, I was supposed to let my mom know who's on too. Hey, if y'all watching, call my mom, tell me on. My grandmother, back then, a lot of the women were homemakers.
Right.
So they stayed in the home. When the men went out and did the work.
Right.
Now, when you say the paperwork and women that get daily squat, I remember the men, even my dad would do this to some degree. He would, when he was at the house, bring the check home to the woman and let the woman divide the funds out. They would make sure he had enough to, he looking crazy, make sure he had enough to get his beer and all that. But the homemaker was the one that really took care of the real business of the family.
See, now, I don't want to get off topic, but
No,
you said something that made sense. This man trusted her to take care of his funds.
Right.
But your mama, who you say, your aunt, your grandma?
My grandma.
She went at Lennox with your granddaddy funds.
Right. Well,
she went at the 5-star restaurants with the funds. She was taking care of the home with the funds.
Right. Well, see, that's a whole.
That's why I say
I don't want to get that because we're going to end with has everything evolved except marriage?
All right. Well,
because that was how it was then. Now you can't do that now. I know that, but I'm trying to keep this thing on top.
That's why I said I didn't want to go too.
But I was just showing that was one of the things then. Right. Women would stay, but it was a totally different time.
Right.
But I think, respectfully, women and men, everybody knew their role. Even if he was an alcoholic, he still would bring enough money home to take care of his family. Right. So, and that's why we talk about does marriage still matter? I think a lot of people, maybe it matters, but they just don't want to get married for some reason. You're not married. Let me ask you, why do you think you don't think you ever found the right one? Or has it ever been in your mind to do the marriage thing?
Well, it's a few different things, man. It's a few different things because I would say the first thing is I know what I saw.
Okay.
I know what I was brought up in, okay. And I want to be able to provide that to my children or whoever I'm with. Like, let's say I don't even have kids. I want to be able to provide what you provided for my mom as a man.
Yeah, but I get that. But what I heard you say also in the beginning is that you could not bring. Basically, what you say, no one get your check at this time of day. See, I had no problem.
That's the thing.
I'm being a man.
Right. That's right. I have no problem with being the man to a woman that's gonna be what a real woman is. Like you said, I seen what a real woman was, okay. And like you said, you had no problem being a man. So I understand at least to my foundation what a real marriage or what I believe a real marriage should be
Well,
by what I see.
Okay, well, let's talk about general population of youth now.
Okay.
That
A lot of them have a misunderstanding of what marriage even is. So as an older guy, can you start right there before I tell you what my people are thinking? Can you just tell me, and like we said, this is opinionated, we're just having fun.
Yeah, it's opinionated.
You've had 35 years successful marriage,
Mhm.
ups, downs, or whatever. What do you think what do you think marriage is?
Well,
just for my generation to know.
All right. We don't have anything going on chats out there, do we? But I would say, first of all, I would say marriage, if you get married only because of the word love, then you lost the battle from the get-go. Because marriage is about commitment.
Okay.
And that commitment says, for better or worse, and trust me, there will come a time, they say don't speak into the atmosphere, but there comes a time when it might be some worse. But your commitment,
35 years.
yes, your commitment is what keeps everything together. So you don't worry about those small things. Marriage, I guess let me answer the question to me, is commitment. And if you're not ready to be committed, this is not for somebody who's selfish.
Okay.
It's not for somebody who's hot-headed, somebody who's just got to have their way. You're not gonna make it in the game of marriage.
Okay, so now to go back to your question that you asked me.
Okay.
It was what's the generational difference, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. Because it seems like
I
we
believe
have more young
everybody-
folks just living together.
Everybody's looking out. I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people is looking out for themselves.
Okay.
For example, you have dudes staying with women because he needs somewhere to stay. And you
Yeah.
got women staying with dudes because she might need something that he can easily provide for her. And that's the way that they fall into something, which is not a real foundation of a marriage. Like I didn't even say love, but it's not a real foundation of marriage because as soon as that thing is gone,
Okay.
the marriage is interrupted. So I believe that's where the commitment is lacking in this relationship. They're really not committed to the person. They are committed to something that the person could offer that might not always be there.
But I'm seeing some young people that they live together, they've been living together 4 or 5 years, and marriage is nowhere in their view. What do I say to them? Because I know what I believe. What would you say to your sister who was living with somebody for 4 or 5 years? And there's no commitment. They definitely love each other. What would you say?
Well, I know if my sister came up saying the same thing, it would definitely be a hard conversation. Because for one, I think it's gonna be how my sister live, even if she grown or not. But just knowing what my sister grew up under, her standards are gonna be way higher than that anyway. Now, if the dude has shown her serious plans of actually being a real husband to her, and he's expressed himself, he showed the family that that's his intentions.
Okay.
I could see y'all maybe standing here on a couple years to working towards that. But for what you just described, I honestly don't know because I would have that from my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably be terrorizing the house. She wouldn't want to stay there.
Okay. Well, let's segue to this, and I'm with you 100. Why do you think some people still value marriage? And I have my opinion on it. I think it's for a lot of people don't value marriage anymore, and it's obvious because a lot of young people are. And well, let me ask you this: why do you think? When I was coming up, you find a woman you like, you go ahead and get married. But these days, seem like younger people are waiting till they're like 38 and 40 to get married.
It ain't that they're waiting to a certain age; it's they're waiting for a certain thing. They believe that the next best thing is easily accessible because they see it. So they like,
well, I'm disagree with
no,
you.
this girl bad.
I'm disagree with you there because let's say like your older brother, he just got married. Him and his girl been together for shit, probably almost longer than your mom.
Yeah, I mean
So, but they waited
Different-
later to get back, and I'm not saying anything
different-
wrong with it.
And different things, obviously, we don't predict, but we know kind of what they, you know,
And I know that he's on
they
the road a
both
lot.
doing what they do.
Yeah,
You
they're
know what
on
I'm
the road a
saying?
lot
So
with the music and
I believe
stuff.
also different, like, and this is with everything in life, but different situations for people bring about different ways to go about things.
Okay.
I know I've seen it in the run, so I ain't gonna jump you, but yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I think I seen in the rundown you were gonna get to some people wait for certain things. Like if I'm trying to do this in my life and I got a wife and maybe a kid,
That's
not saying it can't happen, but the pathway is gonna be a little different if you really trying to be a man and you really trying to be the father.
But I understand.
Not saying that it can't happen.
I understand that, but my thing is, I know that you're supposedly waiting to your career. I guess if you say you off the jump with that and you put your time into that, I get it. But if you stand with a woman 5, 6 years, why not go ahead and marry and keep on? You ain't gotta have no kids.
No, that's true. That's true.
Because once you marry, don't nothing really change but the paper. Now I have said, I tell anybody this: if you're not careful when you get married, the paper changes. How does it change? Before you got the paper, you can walk with your girl and say, "Woo, that girl right there hot today, ain't she?" And your girl might say, "Oh yes, she look kind of huge, but she hot." Once you get those papers, oh, why you looking at her? Yeah, it don't mean I'm having the same conversation. It's something about those papers that try to bring people ownership. And I think a lot of young people.
Well, it does bring people ownership.
Well,
because you get a divorce and see who get what.
Yeah.
So it brings you ownership.
Yeah.
Can I get a clap? I heard you're undermanned in here.
Yeah. But there's so many upsides to the marriage. Like I said, you get
It definitely is.
Be with somebody, taxes. It's all count. Your taxes get changed.
Even just normal life.
Health insurance. If you don't have it on your job, or somebody got on their job, it automatically qualifies you for some health insurance at a cheaper rate, maybe. Used to in the old days, not now. Used to. I remember a job I had when I had health insurance. My whole family had it. These jobs, shit. Now everybody, you pay for your individual. They don't think that about your family. Everybody on their own.
But I do shout out to I got a lot of people my age that are happily married and even with kids, and they do show me the upside of being married as a younger couple of younger people, and I salute all my younger ones. I've been in like three different weddings of people my age that is happily married. Of course, things happen day by day, but they're at peace. They call me, they'll never be complaining about anything. They love their family, and I enjoy seeing them.
What do you think about the weddings?
The weddings, look, all my friends have did it the right way. Something small and intimate. And
those are the ones that last. Everybody, big wedding I was in, rented the tux, got shoes and everything, all of divorced, but they still paying on $40,000-$50,000 wedding. I'll never understand.
Yep. And I've actually had some people tell me, "Hey man, I respect you, but they was tripping, like telling us we need to do something." I'm like, for one, it ain't they wedding, and this is what y'all want to do. This is for y'all. Why spend all these thousands of dollars when you already got kids?
I was in one wedding. The guys, they spent about $50,000 on the wedding and went home to live in an apartment. Now that don't make sense.
I don't get stuff like that. I just, of course, do what you want to do, and I think that's speaking of the weddings. I think that's probably about over 50% of the reason why some women even want to get married is the wedding.
I agree.
The date.
They just want that day, and when they get it,
yep.
As a photographer, I've me and the producer who's out supposed to be had back surgery, but he's still out in the streets. I saw you on Instagram. Supposed to be home. You're out on the streets. But we get a lot of times when we were doing heavy weddings, you could tell at the engagement shoots
it wasn't
gonna last. You can see it.
Wow.
You get married and you arguing at the engagement over a pose or a color. I don't want to sit this way. I want to turn away. I look at Joe and say, Joe, this one ain't gonna work, bro. We gotta make sure we get paid up front because this one ain't gonna work. And usually we were right. You know, I would say keep well, have it a way that you can afford. You don't want to come out of old nobody on ready. But we want to stay into the marriage because we get ready about to wrap up. We got about 5 more minutes here. I think that a lot of people don't want to do the wedding, but I think that weddings, the marriage, not wedding, marriage as a couple gives you some kind of structure for you and your wife. I think when everybody's just doing their own thing, and I get it, people. I come from this in my day and era. If you was gonna live with a girl now, oh, that was a no-no. No, man, you can just live with a female without being married. No. In my day, that was a no-no. But in your day, that's it's the going thing. Everybody just living together. You know, going now. I grew up and I kept mine. You know, hey, I'm like, if you got a girlfriend, you can come and y'all got your own place. You can come spend the night, but until y'all married, you can't stay at my house together. And you know,
you said what? When you do
what? If you're not married, and I kept my own things, like if my mom, with me, she might
for your house,
for my house.
Oh, okay.
So if you're gonna bring a girl home and she's gonna spend the night in your room, you gotta be married.
Yeah, that's only respectful, right?
And that's just my Christian belief.
That's respectful, right?
And you know, if I did have a daughter, I was like, hey, baby, don't be letting him just milk the cow, ride the horse without wanting to commit to it. Because he'll rise until your back is toe in, and he'll move on to get somebody else. If the milk that good that he keep coming back drinking, then he ought to want to commit.
He want to stay.
He ought to want to stay. Don't keep letting him drink the milk.
I need to know, like, what's up if for the dudes who second guessing marriage, why should they want to get married? Like a dude, he's straight. He got female friends. He can just chill, call. You know, they go out and have fun. He got his own spot. He got his own money. He got his own peace. He's good. You know, why encourage? Why tell them to get married? Why should you still get married?
You got a good friend that made me think about that. Y'all played football together and they got married young, got 2 kids. It shows that's what a real man does. A real man.
So a real man can't be single?
Yeah, you can be single. But I'm saying,
hey, hold on. That's one of them things too. That's going around on social media. Oh, if he 30 and up with no kids and single, that's a red flag. How the hell is that a red flag?
I'm not saying it's a red flag. I would have to talk to them. Everybody's situation is different. But I'm saying my only issue is there's nothing wrong with being single. That's cool. The problem with me is when you date a girl, when you living with her and you dating her and she's giving you her all for 3 and 4 years, and there's no commitment.
So what about, like I'm saying, what about the single guy?
What about?
First of all, do you advocate? Let's just say this: should all men be married?
I say it up front. If you're selfish, if you're high-headed,
okay,
if you got to have it your way all the time, marriage is not for you.
Okay,
you need just friends.
A guy that's not that. A good man, you know what I'm saying.
I'm saying
a good guy. Let's say I got a good 30-year-old friend. One of my friends, a good 30-year-old guy, got his own good job. Matter of fact, he run his own business. Okay. Got a good job. Got 2-3 different side hustles, legit money, everything.
Okay.
But he just don't want to get married because he's peaceful. He just don't want to deal with. He's good.
Hey, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But the only thing I'm saying is, if you do meet a lady, it's some ladies out there that just want the same thing. You need to be straight up and say, look, I'm not getting married. I'm gonna want to bone you every now and then, but I don't want no commitment. I just want a friend. We come together. I'm gonna buy you a bag or two. I know a guy like that too. I'm gonna buy you a nice bag or two every now and then. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna buy you a nice bag, and I'm gonna let you go about your business. But commitment is not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want that to be all the time, man. I'm saying we're not even living together, so we single.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just talking about marriage for folks who, this conversation is for who might have thought about marriage, getting married, or who is afraid to do it.
Okay.
But I think it's a beautiful thing when you do it with the right person. It's a beautiful thing. But you gotta be willing to give and take, ain't that right, producer?
Yeah, man.
So both of y'all married.
All right. That's right.
I thought I had a question, but
No, that's what
no,
that's the question.
I don't have a question because it's probably a lot. It's different. I was gonna say a lot of people be saying they be wanting to know like the easiest thing and the hardest thing of marriage, but I guess you can't really say.
The easiest thing in marriage?
Yeah, like,
Drop your drawers. That's the easy part. Well, no, that could be hard too.
what's the hard part here? Like,
Depending how old
I
you
guess
are.
I guess what's the easiest part of keeping a successful marriage? Like, for example, like communicating. That's the easiest part.
I would say it's no easy part. It's no hard part. It's like going to the gym. The more you work it, the easier it becomes. Until one day, it's like if you learn to play the drums, you struggle at the beginning, come back 2 years later, everybody like, you good. It's a growing process. And then you just, if you really want it, you grow into it and you learn how to do it and you're good at it.
Okay. So you got 35 years in. Do you think you will ever know the person you with? Because I hear that a lot too. You'll never know somebody, but I'm like, come on, bro. After 30, 40 years, bro, this person, I might not know what they gonna do, but I know they traits. We never know what somebody gonna do, but we know they traits. We can just about say in a ballpark in what situation. You know me, 30 years, if you put me in this situation, you can say my son probably gonna do this. Put him over here, my son probably gonna do that.
Here's the thing, man. Life throws curves, fastballs, slow ball.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday. Yes, I know. But any given Sunday, you don't know situations.
Yeah.
When time and opportunity meet each other, you know what I'm saying? And the enemy is so tricky that me and her can have an argument and she just go to the grocery store and here comes somebody around the corner.
Right.
Just
The enemy.
timing, so you have to really be prayed up in this thing. So yeah, but any given Sunday. And you don't live your life trying to worry about that, you're gonna lose.
I'm asking these questions to get it down out of the young people mind, because this is what I hear a lot as far as why people ain't getting married or why.
Is that why you're not married? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just straight up, man. I want to be solidified, man. I don't want no woman to just walk into anything good, but at the same time, I don't want to bring into no, have done situation. Yeah, I'm letting God get down working on me.
Really? That's a constant work. But I mean, if you know you're not ready for it, then I think you're doing the most admirable thing. Don't do it. Yeah, that was
said not patient.
Yeah. You're right. You got all the choice.
I got 3 of 5.
You got all the choices not to get married. I agree. Yeah, you probably need to sit it out a little bit more.
Hey man, there you have it, man. If you got anything, man, you want to throw in on this topic, man, we will have the comment section wide open. But don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share on this topic. Does marriage still matter?
Plainfield, we love you.
We love Plainfield. We know it matter up there because there ain't nothing else to do but hang with you.
That's the only thing they can do. Us is hang with each other and get married. Or hang on the street up there, Plainfield. Y'all know what it is.
We out here split the difference.
Peace. Hey, yo, what's wrong with y'all?
Y'all really said ain't nothing to do with getting married. Yo, my cousin calling me right now.